Good day, children. So let me proceed with the next session of topic respiration. This would be the respiration class 8. So it is respiration part 8. So till now I happen to explain to you about the types of respiration, process of respiration, movement of the air, and what are the main breathing organs or respiratory organs in our body, and mechanism of respiration, and other than the lungs as a main respiratory organ, structure of the lungs, other than lungs, what organs were helping us in attaining respiration in our body, and process of respiration, what is released, and all these things we happen to learn. And it related to aerobic and anaerobic respiration also we happen to prove and understand with the help of few activities. Now, to come to this session, it would be a little brief session. This information what I am going to give in this session already was learned by you people in your lower classes, but just to recap your knowledge and just try to recall. Now, already we are in the process of respiration, about the topic of respiration. Respiration is nothing but what you happen to summarize is intake of oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. So this is what we happen to learn till date as a result of all these sessions. So when respiration is talking about intake of oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide by the human body, but all the living creatures which are existing on this earth, if they are living means they are breathing. If they are breathing means they are also taking in oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide. So now in this session, let's see that when human body is breathing with the help of the lungs, what about other organisms? What about other living creatures? How do they respire? So we had learned about human beings, but how it is carried on in different animals. So that is the result. The reason we would take this topic as evolution of respiration. Now, evolution, whenever related to any system, any organ system we are learning, we would be talking about the evolution. Now, evolution, when we are talking, it is talking about the process of that system carried from the simple level of organisms, to the most complex organisms. Simple organisms to complex organisms. We are talking about the organisms which belong to the simple category to the complex organisms. Our body is a complex body. We are the mammals. So when we learnt about the respiratory system in mammals and set of organs and about the importance of lungs in our body in respiration, when we learned, what about the other simple organisms? So as you already know that in the process of digestion also, I happen to explain to you that how the process of intake of food was happening in the unicellular animals till the mammals. Same thing here also. Here we are also talking about the unicellular animals or the protozoans, which are the most simple animals. So they are also, though they are single celled animals, they do not have these many, they have only one cell. So there are no multicellular, they are not multicellular animals also. And they don't have tissues, they don't have organs, so there is no question of organ systems. So then when this with single cell, how they are carrying on? Do they respire? Yes, they do respire. They do breathe. They do take in oxygen and they do give out carbon dioxide. Along with this unicellular animals, you would be having the next level of multicellular animals also. So they are undergoing breathing, no doubt. They undergo the process of breathing. How? By the process of diffusion of gases. So from the outside atmosphere they take in oxygen, and to the outside atmosphere they release CO2. So they just do it with that single cell itself, all the process. How? What is the process involved? Diffusion. So through diffusion, through the process of diffusion, they take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide through their cellular surface. Same thing it would be, you can be talking about the multicellular animals also, like hydra or planarians, all that. They also would be undergoing breathing. They also undergo breathing. Again, they also undergo breathing by the process of diffusion. That is, taking oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide. This is happening by the process involved is diffusion. So this is happening in the simple organisms. Simple organisms also undergo breathing, but they do not have some specialized organs or specialized tissues to carry on respiration. So what do? They undergo breathing by the process of diffusion. From the outside atmosphere they are taking in oxygen, to the outside atmosphere they are giving out carbon dioxide by the process of diffusion. Then coming to the next level of organisms. So it's only not simple. So we were to the single cellular and the multicellular animals we happen to talk. Now let's talk about the organisms a little more complicated than them. So when we are talking about the next to these animals, let us, you already happen to see what would be the next category. So we would be seeing that into the organisms like insects. Insects like your cockroach or your housefly or mosquito or any insect what you are taking. These insects, they do breathe. So how they are having, they do not have the lungs. So what they would be breathing with the help of trachea. Their breathing organs are trachea. So how they would be having, their body somewhat an oval shaped body they would be having, and they would be having this openings on the body surface which are called trachea. So, and they would, this way they would be having. So through this, the exchange of gases would be happening. So these are called and in this way it would be supplied into the body. So these are called trachea. So these openings actually, these are called trachea, and these are the main respiratory organs in the case of insects, and these openings on the surface of the body, they would be called as spiracles, and these spiracles which would be leading towards the air tubes called trachea, and these are helping in the exchange of gases into the body, and they are opening to the outside. From outside they are taking in oxygen, through getting into it, and then to the outside they give out carbon dioxide. So this is how they undergo respiration with the help of trachea. So this respiration carried on in insects with the help of trachea is called tracheal respiration. What is it called? Tracheal respiration. So insects undergo respiration through the breathing organs called trachea, which would be taking in oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide through the body air holes on over the surface of the body, which are called spiracles, which would be leading to the breathing organs called trachea, which will be helping in this exchange of gases. So such a respiration in insects is called tracheal respiration. So now this is about the arthropods or insects. That is, next coming to after arthropoda, you would be having annelida. So annelida is, you happen to see that the main example under annelida is earthworm, and these earthworms would be undergoing respiration. They are also undergoing respiration. They do not have some specialized organs of respiration inside their body, but their body is all the time, they have a moist skin. And this moist skin is the breathing organ in earthworms. So the respiration through the skin itself, through the moist skin itself, the exchange of gases, through the surface of the moist skin itself, the exchange of gases, oxygen taking and getting into the body and carbon dioxide being expelled out of the body is happening. So respiration in earthworms with the help of moist skin as a breathing organ, such a respiration we call it as cutaneous respiration. We call it as cutaneous respiration. Now, what about the next level of organisms it goes? So they too are having some sort of mechanism through which they are undergoing breathing. Now let's come to little bit of next level as among the vertebrates. Let's talk about the pisces or the fish. So all of you, it would be very interesting that, you know, especially when we are talking about the respiration, the first example which would strike anyone is the fish. So fish, you call, it comes under the category as pisces, if you people can remember, and this is a very peculiar type of respiration it undergoes. The breathing organs in the fish, they do not have lungs like us, so they are having, all of you know that they respire with the help of gills. The gills present on either side of its head, those will be through which the water dissolved in oxygen dissolved in water. Gills are the breathing organs which are helping in taking oxygen dissolved in water. They are not taking oxygen from the atmosphere or from the atmospheric air. They take, the fish is an aquatic animal. It is an aquatic animal and its characteristic feature is to survive in water. So when it is surviving in water, it would be breathing the oxygen dissolved in water. And for this breathing oxygen dissolved in water, it is having some specialized breathing organs called gills. So through these gills and the buccopharyngeal cavity, so well designed buccopharyngeal cavity it will be having underneath the gills, through which the exchange of gases is happening. So oxygen dissolved in water is given out, taken in through the gills, entering into the body, and again carbon dioxide is once again poured into the water. So due to which you will be seeing that a fish would be having, when it is opening and closing its mouth, the gills also which are present on either side of the head, they would also be moving, and through which the bubbles you would be seeing into the water, if you people can observe the fish breathing in the aquarium at least. So that bubbles are nothing but the exchange of gases. The CO2 is being released into the water through what? Through the gills. So this respiration carried on in fish with the help of the gills, which are helping in breathing oxygen dissolved in water. Such a respiration, you call it as branchial respiration. You call this respiration as branchial respiration. So this is a very special mechanism that the fish have. We cannot breathe in oxygen dissolved in water. So they are surviving in water, so they would be breathing the oxygen dissolved in water. So that is why they have a specialized breathing organs called gills, and these gills are so well designed, and the exchange of gases is happening through the gills, and they are having the buccopharyngeal cavity which is so well designed. Buccopharyngeal cavity behind the gills. So which will be taking a major role in helping the gills in doing that exchange of gases, take in oxygen and give away the carbon dioxide into the water. So such a type of respiration you call it as branchial respiration. Now this is about the respiration in pisces or fish. Now let's talk about the next level of organism. Next complicated complex organism next to the pisces you all know is the amphibians. Amphibians. Next to Pisces is amphibians, and all of you know that for amphibians the most common example what we give is frog, and this is something, it is having some special feature. Frog is an amphibian.